Gilbert. Thank you for joining me today here on ecountrylifestyle.com. I'm going to show you how to take citrus to a whole new level. Today we're going to be making some pineapple teriyaki burgers on mushroom buns. We're going to be using ground turkey for those. This is a very healthy, lean meal. We're also going to be doing a fajita vegetable salad. There's no lettuce involved. It's not an actual salad. We're just going to use a couple different kinds of bell pepper and onion. We're going to top that off with a toasted sesame oil orange dressing. So let's get right down to work, shall we? I have already washed all of my peppers. So I'm going to start just by cutting them down the sides like this. This will make it easy for us to kind of work around the veins there inside. So you got a little piece like here, like that. You can just pull it out like that. Dump the rest into your garbage can. And you just kind of want to pull the veins out like that and make sure that you're getting rid of any seeds. Now, of course, these are totally mild peppers. These aren't anything like your jalapenos where you would take the seeds out to get rid of the heat. But we're just going to slice these real nice and thin so they will cook up. Actually, the way that we're going to cook them today is just to wrap them in foil and kind of let them just hang out on the grill until they get nice and soft. It's one of those real quick set it and forget it type of meals. This is really quick and easy to do. So, we are using a green, red, and orange. Nice colorful mix of vegetables, making sure we're getting a bunch of different types of vitamins and antioxidants. Remember to eat colorful, guys. That's part of the key. So you guys know my trick. I'm always cutting from the inside out with these peppers. You get a little bit more stability. This side's a little bit slippery and it tends to move around on the cutting board, and you can't really get your knife through that as easily. So just hold on to it with one hand and cut these thin strips. Just dump them right onto a piece of foil. And actually, as you can see here, I have 2 pieces of foil. This is my base to hold the vegetables. In case something happens with this piece of foil, it punctures or whatnot, we have that other one to wrap over the top to make sure that it's nice and cased in there, so we're not going to have anything leaking out onto our grill. Alright, so now that we've got all of our peppers here on our foil, we are just going to cut up an onion to put in there as well. I'm using a yellow onion, but you could certainly use a red one or a white one, whatever you have on hand is fine. And what I want to do with this onion is just cut it in half, and we're going to cut thin strips. Now remember to take off that outside layer. So we're just going to cut nice thin strips like this. Alright, here we go. So I kind of didn't cut that one end off. So you see how we've still got that tough part right there? We're going to go ahead and get rid of that. That's just those little things that you notice as you're chopping and dropping over here. So we'll just kind of spread our onions out over our peppers. It smells so fresh in here with all these peppers. Absolutely delicious. Doesn't this look beautiful already, by the way? Alright. So this is easy from here. All we're going to do now is just season these up so we can throw them on the grill. So before we get our olive oil and salt and pepper in here, we're just going to kind of make a little basket for our vegetables. It's kind of a little home for them to reside in. And I'll leave this side open so you guys can see what I'm doing here. We're just going to put maybe about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here. And they're just going to kind of fry up in the foil while they hang out on the grill. Hit these with some salt, maybe about a tablespoon, and some freshly cracked black pepper. As much or as little as you'd like, guys. You can also put some crushed red pepper flakes in here too. That would be delicious. Alright, so just seal your pouch up like this. Just kind of want to fold the top over like this. Make sure that it's secure. And if you just leave a little hole right there, they'll just kind of steam themselves. All of that hot air can come out and they'll cook a little bit faster. So we'll just take up some space right here on this side of the grill while we get working on everything else. I am going to start actually by taking care of our portabella mushrooms that we're going to use as buns. That way we can get those off the grill and kind of clear space for the burgers later on. So I have 4 huge portabella mushroom caps here. Look how big this one is. Can you see me? This one's huge. So we'll give this one the biggest burger. But anyway, I have already gone ahead and cleaned these, and the way that you do that is just by taking a paper towel, get it wet, and just rub the tops of these very gently. You don't want to run these under water because they're going to soak up all that water and they're going to get really tough on you. So we are just going to, of course, put a little bit of olive oil on here and some black pepper, just a little bit, and just a tiny, tiny bit of salt. It'll just kind of stick to the olive oil. When you're cooking mushrooms, you don't want to salt them too heavily before they've cooked and gotten soft. Otherwise, they will never really achieve that really rich, dark brown color that we're going for. Also, with a little bit of olive oil, get this big guy on first. Just put those meat side down. Let those get soft, brown up. Let's keep them there for a little while we work on our burgers. So, in this bowl here, I'm going to be mixing up the necessary ingredients to make these delicious citrus burgers. We're going to take half a red onion that I had left over from yesterday, and we're just going to dice this up small. This is actually going to go into the meat, so you don't want too big of chunks. If you do have too big of chunks of your good stuff in your burgers are going to crack and fall apart, and that's certainly not what we want. So just run your knife through these. Alright, that's good to go. Let's just get these in the bottom of the bowl. We are also going to add some cilantro to the burgers. I just think that cilantro goes so well with citrus, any kind of citrus really, lemon, lime, orange, even grapefruit. It's all good to me. So, and this is probably just about 2 tablespoons of cilantro, not too much. But again, we'll just mince that up. All right, quick and easy. We'll hit that with some salt, about a tablespoon, guys. Big pinch of black pepper. How about we mince up a couple cloves of garlic here. I don't know if I've ever made a burger without garlic. I just love the stuff. And let's just take these little ends off here. Remember that? This is just 2 kind of medium cloves of garlic here. Use 1 big one, or if you guys really don't like garlic, you can feel free to omit. But let's just run our knife through these, get a little mince going on. Alright, garlic's looking good. Into the bowl it goes. Wipe off my hands here. Next we're going to add some teriyaki. This is just going to keep our burgers moist and also add some nice flavor. We'll just put about, a tablespoon and a half in there. You don't want your burgers to be too wet. They'll fall apart on the grill that way as well. So, I have gone ahead and waited till last to add the turkey. That way I don't get my hands all yucky, so I don't have to come running back and forth to the sink. But I'll just open this up right here. And this is a 99% fat-free, lean ground turkey breast. And this is really easy to find in the grocery store. You shouldn't have a problem getting that at all. But if you do, of course, you can use ground chicken, you can use ground beef, ground pork, whatever it is that you'd like. So let's just take a minute to get all this incorporated here. Remember, you don't want to overwork your meat. Just make sure that you are kind of taking your time and folding it really more than just like really getting your hands into it. Well, since my hands are already dirty, getting all of our burgers ready, I'm just going to go ahead and patty them up. I'm going to just hit the meat like that, do a little T, a lowercase t in the meat so I can see exactly, what a fourth of this meat's looking like. And I went ahead and just used a pound today. These aren't going to be the biggest burgers ever, but they're certainly going to be enough to fill us up with our salad and those huge portobello mushrooms.